Cool. Hey guys, what if I tell you that it's very simple to make cinematic videos if you choose to follow 5 steps that I'm gonna tell you today. Once you learn these 5 steps, it would be easy breezy for you to make a video like I do, just like that. So before we get started, if this happens to be the first time that you're here, my name is Abhishek and I make cinematic videos, tips and tutorials on filmmaking and content creation. And if you happen to like my channel, do like, share and subscribe to my channel so that you get to see the video whenever I come with one. Having said that, let's get started. The first step is the camera you're going to use to make a video. Now it's very simple to understand that cameras doesn't have to be DSLRs and mirrorless cameras or anything like the Red or Arri Alexa if you know what they are. It's as simple as having anything that can record a video. So grab your phone even if you don't have a camera. Don't tell yourself you cannot make it just because you don't have a camera. The only two things that you need to follow in the camera is number one, the quality settings, and number two, the FPS. The camera quality is just quality you want to shoot with. It can be 720p, 1080p or maybe 4K. I'll suggest you to go with 1080p because it is a sweet spot when it comes to YouTube and other social platforms. About the FPS, just a simple concept. If you want to shoot something like talking to yourself on the camera or maybe actually recording somebody, you can just do that in 24 frames per second, which is 24 FPS. But if you want to have slow motion in your footages, just either select 60 FPS or 120 FPS. If you select 120 FPS, you will just have more slow motion. Now that you have set up with the camera, let's understand how to take a footage when it comes to cinematic shots. It's very easy for you to take out a camera or a mobile phone and start recording right away. But just remember that whenever you record, try to implement or get in some motion in the camera. For example, if you're taking the shot of a scenery, try to pan from left to right, maybe right to left. Just try to walk in or walk out of the frame so that it implements some sort of motion. Motion actually makes cinematic videos more cinematic and appealing because it is very static and monotonous to look at the same frame constantly. But hold on, it's completely fine for you if you have gone and shot a footage and it doesn't have a motion. You can always add a digital motion afterwards. It's just that it's always good to have things done in camera, but if you have not done or if you have forgotten to do that, you can always do a digital zoom in or zoom out or maybe pan left, pan right with your software. Having said that, next move on to the next topic, which is color grading. Now, color grading is a very vast topic. For anybody who doesn't know what color grading is, it's just how do you want to set the look of the footage. It depends on the mood, the way you want to depict the story, or maybe at least some preferences that you have. What I do is I do color correction in the first place and I then do color grading. I'll make a separate video on how exactly can you quickly do color correction and color grading in Premiere Pro. But for now, you just need to understand that it's very important for you to set a proper look for your footage, and color grading is the way to go. I would suggest you to find some LUTs from the internet, which will be free to download. But even if you don't get one, just refer to the description box down below. I will add all my LUTs down so that you can use them to grade your own footages and start off. And here you go, you have a color graded footage already. The fourth step that I'm going to talk about is sound design. Now it's equally important for your audio to be as good as your video because audio just makes it complete. If you have something without an audio, it just doesn't make that amount of sense. So there are two parts of sound design. The first one is adding a music. So a lot of people actually know that video goes on with the music and it actually looks more appealing when the music is there. But let's talk more about the SFX or the sound effects that you need to put in a video. In order to get a complete immersive feel of the video, you need to apply a lot of sound effects to it.
There's a new day to
attach some of the websites down below in the description as well so that you can check. What I use personally is Epidemic Sound because it's a huge library of sound effects and musics put together. Though it's a paid service, but I just love using it. And sound design is a very big topic. I think I will also make a separate video on sound design for you guys to understand what are the step-by-step process on making a sound design. So the last one I'm going to talk about is adding a cinematic bar. So what a cinematic bar does is it actually makes your footage look like a film. If you look at Hollywood films, you'll actually see the aspect ratio is different from what you're recording in the camera. You cannot do that out of the camera, but what you can do is you can just implement that same in your footage. The first one is you can download a PNG file, which is an image file from Google, and you can just slap it on your footage and voila, you have your cinematic bars in your footage. But there's one disadvantage with it. In case when somebody plays the video on YouTube or on some other social platform on a very low resolution, the bar might get distorted a bit and it doesn't look that good. The other way around that I take is I actually use an adjustment layer above my footage and I actually crop off the amount of video by 11 or 12% so that those part of the footage is not being shown.
There's a new day to leave behind your troubles.
I prefer doing that, but I've used it both in daily sequences and I think both works fairly fine with footages. Now that you know these 5 steps, it's very easy for you to record something and make a cinematic video out of your own. Do implement stories in your footages so that it actually becomes more immersive. So I think that's about it for today's topic. I'm gonna make videos like this so that you can get the art of filmmaking from scratch. I would highly appreciate if you actually have any question, do put it down in the comment section below. I will definitely try to answer all your questions. Don't forget to subscribe my channel because that gives me the motivation of creating videos again and again. So that's all for today guys. I hope to see you in the next video. Till then, peace.